It's okay. Off your mic, it's okay. Off your mic,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí.
Good morning to you.
Number one.
Lórí.
Good afternoon to you.
Maiyegun diary.
And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Okay, please share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Maiyegun is live.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism.
What happened in Ibadan last night?
Maiyegun number one.
There are speculations. There are conspiracies. And there are cover-ups. On Maiyegun's diary Politico, I have brought you the pieces of all of the available information out there. You will be the judge.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
This is the image, supposed image of where the explosion took place.
Yeah.
this is the present state after the explosion. Could you see the crater in the middle there? This was in Akure in March 2020, 4 years ago. It was reported as dynamite as well. Mutide. So good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live. And as a lot of us have been reacting to the explosion that took place 24 hours ago in Ibadan, as well as the developing stories afterwards, ladies and gentlemen, brethren in the temple of truth, I bring to you all that you can work with before you reach any conclusion, even if they finally do their cover-up. There are conspiracies, like I said, where people have been kind of creating stuffs or making stuffs up because of this. It's so unfortunate that a place or an event like this, a tragedy like this, you would expect a responsible sort of a country and government to have possibly arrived at the scene early enough before a lot of people will infiltrate and sort of destroy the crime scene and evidence as well. So this created different stories, and currently it is still creating stories. But do you want to know what happened in Ibadan yesterday? How they happened? I'm going to start with this. First, from the government and official record, they said 3 people are confirmed dead. Initially, they said 77 people have been confirmed injured, from the impact. Those who got shattered, by the, those who got bruised by the shattered glasses, falling ceilings and all that. So later the number increased. However, by the time the rescue team and all other government agencies arrived, right, the entire place was already populated. So it was now the rescue mission done by everybody available, everyone around. Okay. So, but even at that, we were still able to pick up pieces of information that are very vital from what people said and from what the scenes look like. So I'm going to bring all of this together for you in this package. And then you can go make your own conclusion afterward, or easily for you to see through when they are lying to you. So what I'm going to do first is that, let's say 24 hours is kind of too short to get the full details of what really happened from the forensic or scientific point of view, right? It should normally take about 48 hours. But in this case, the governor of the state, Seyi Makinde, who, I'm going to kind of give him credit, right? For the fact that the response may be a little bit late, but eventually it came and it kind of makes sense. Number one, he was there, and few of the government officials in Oyo State were there. And not only that, he was there to assess the damages and all of that, right? He also participated in the rescue of those injured and ensuring that everyone on the spot, right, they got free medical care. I can attest to that. Not just that. I mean, they moved all the residents whose houses were affected by the impacts. Those who didn't need much medical treatment or, hospital visits. They moved them to hotels, all right? Like let everybody just go find some place to sleep for now. And all of these were quickly put in place just last night. All right, so I'll give that to him. But there are questions. Do you understand? There are questions. And people asking questions doesn't mean that they are happy about the tragedy, or they are interested in pointing fingers or blame game. Situations like this have been happening in Nigeria. And it's only like a week ago, everybody was raging about Plateau State, the Bokos killing, the Bakenladin killing, and all these places. Today, the same killing took place in Plateau State. But yesterday, there was a bomb blast in Yoruba land. Second time in 4 years. The one that happened in Akure 4 years ago. Some of you have probably forgotten. The impact, the dead, the injured. Even the government has forgotten. You probably have no memory of if anybody was arrested or prosecuted for what happened in Akure. But they came out to quickly say it was dynamite. Some illegal miners. That was the same story. It happened in Abule Ado. They quickly cooked in Lagos. This one is just about a year or so ago. Buildings were shattered. People died. Some people are living with lifetime injuries because of that today. The perpetrators' story. Here is the third one in 4 years in Yoruba land. And it is the same story. Dynamite. Some people stored dynamite that could be so powerful than a bigger bomb. Have you seen Gaza? So the governor this evening came out to give what he called a sort of a detail. I mean, it was shoddy, sort of, right? It came with no real substantial, detail. It was pretty much like at some point, he was more interested in what people are saying and the intention of people who are saying things than him telling people what he knows. I mean, he's the chief security officer of the state. He called himself, even in this video. So that's why we're going to start from there. What really happened from Seyi Makinde's position as the governor of the state. After that, I will take you through the journey of what really happened in Ibadan last night, how it happened, and feel the damages done. And then you can compare all of this to the story of a dynamite. I'm not saying it's not dynamite. Like I said, there are many questions to be answered, and we will never possibly get answers for them. The lives lost, including a young man that returned to Nigeria last week. You see, we say that on this platform every now and then. May Nigeria not happen to you. And may Nigeria that will happen to you, that you will not live to tell the story, may that not happen to you. Because Nigeria happens to all of us every day. Whether you are in Nigeria or you are outside Nigeria, I have done my best to make a lot of you see Nigeria as it is and how it affects you. And it can indeed ruin you. Here you get. So this young man returned to Nigeria last week. And he was there, his father's house, who happened to be one of the landlords in the estates, was affected. And is reportedly killed. So, Seyi Makinde, the governor, telling us what really happened and what they are doing. Let's start from here. The state governor.
My good people of Oyo State, the last 20 hours, I've seen our dear state thrown into mourning as we lost their lives and properties in a blast that occurred at Bodija. As I stated in a brief release early this morning, preliminary investigations have traced this blast to the storage of explosives by illegal miners at a house on Dejo Oyelese Street, Bodija. Since yesterday, our security agencies, first responders, emergency services, and all other relevant agencies have been working diligently as they carry out search and rescue operations. Just this morning, another individual was recovered alive from the rubble. I want to assure, just like the emergency team members have validated, search and rescue operations will continue until all lives within the vicinity of the blast are accounted for. We are aware that aside from the immediate perimeter of the incident, people as far as 25 kilometers away may have been affected physically or psychologically. We have therefore put the Emergency Operations Center, which is being headed by Professor Temitope Alonge, to coordinate all search and rescue efforts. I would like to appeal to our people to remain calm as we do everything possible to provide succor to everyone concerned. There are numbers that have been provided to reach out to the Emergency Operations Center. I know the 615 is operational, but you have additional numbers: 0704 994 8057 and 0814 767 2009. If you have any information regarding any persons who may still be trapped within that perimeter, please call that number and we will respond to you. Also, let me use this opportunity to appeal to anyone still staying in any of the houses within 250 meters of Ground Zero to move out to government provided accommodation until we check the structural integrity of the buildings in this area. Well, at the same time, unscrupulous elements who may want to take advantage of this disaster to carry out any form of looting should be warned, because I've asked the security agencies to deal decisively with anyone trying to loot. So they've been placed on high alert to ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order. We will continue to provide regular updates regarding the actions we are taking through the Emergency Operations Center and our various feedback channels on and off social media. The further update we can provide at this time is that we have information regarding the company that was using that residence to store explosives. Rest assured that all that were involved directly and indirectly in bringing this tragedy upon us will be brought to book. Just as we were about starting this press conference, I received a call from Mr. President. I want to specially thank him. He has approved that the National Emergency Management Authority be on ground, and I can confirm they are already on ground working with us locally here. And he also gave his condolences, to the people that have lost loved ones in this unfortunate incident. And he's also giving us the assurance that he's with us at this trying period for us. So it's a trying time for all of us, but it is at such times like this that we draw on our strength and resilience to be our brother's keepers. And let us refrain from spreading fake news and disinformation that could potentially cause panic within the populace. CP Osheni has clarified some of the misinformation going on. I saw on a platform where some people said, oh no, Yoruba land is being invaded and all of that. And these are people who may not even be anywhere near Nigeria, talk less of Oyo State. So let us be mindful of what we say. And I read funnily on a platform also where somebody said, oh, some random people on the street mentioned that they were being asked to pay to receive medical treatment, or they were being asked to pay, you know, to stay in the hotels. Who should they believe? Should they believe the random people, or should they believe myself as the governor and the chief security officer of this state? Yes, that is how low we have sunk as a country, where people, they doubt their leaders. The gap, you know, between the government, the trust deficit, you know, between the government and the people, I mean, kept widening. It's a wake-up call, really, for all of us. So once again, I urge all to remain calm as the authorities in Oyo State are on top of the situation. Thank you, and God bless you.
You heard him. You see, just for the sake of those who are watching this tonight, you know, Nigerian politicians don't like to take responsibilities. And they also know their audience. They do not like to be asked critical questions. They don't like it. They will present a narrative and they want you to run with that narrative. If you dare try to question it, they will gaslight you. And that's what Seyi Makinde was doing there. Let's do it this way. Seyi Makinde was to brief the people of Oyo State and tell them what happened. And at the same time, what they are doing to ensure that, number one, apart from the fact that the survivors are cared for, which they are already doing, okay? The culprits, they are going to be brought to justice. But how? A governor that wants to give something, a tragedy report, if you ask him, he has nothing. He came out and he said, some people stored dynamite, explosives. By Nigeria law, there is, number one, you cannot walk into a shop and say, I want to buy this, who are actually like explosives used in mining. No. You would have to present certain identification. Now, the governor didn't know what exploded, but as a politician, he said, because of the lack of trust between the people and government, that is why people don't believe what they say, because everyone is not stupid. You are not an expert. You are not an explosive expert. There was no sighting of bomb or explosive expert at the site, ground zero, yesterday. Or did anybody watching me from Bodija this evening, did you see those bomb experts collecting evidence of what really exploded, determining the component and the maker of what exploded. Did you see them on site? Did you see any of, but the governor knows that it is dynamite. Dynamite that was so strong, sold to criminals, stored in residential area. Of course, we would have to ask questions, man. That turned this to this. So we do not know the exact house whose tenants is Malian, or whose tenants are Malians. Because from what we have heard, they said the tenants are from Mali. And they purchased dynamite enough to bring down this whole place to ground zero. But the identity of the Malians have not been released. The main property has not been identified. The landlord of the property has not been identified. Also, the kind of dynamite that could create this kind of crater and what he called 25 kilometers impact across that area. We have no information about them. Somebody said, but he won't release the. I said, you see what I'm saying? They know those they are talking to. You see, when you read about or when you see UK, for example, or Europe, any country in Europe that have this kind of emergency, like for example, some migrants, they run berserk in France. And they started attacking people, demolish, burning properties, burning cars and all of that. And it escalated to the point that the police now shot those protesters, the anarchists, the migrants, as you will say, right? So within minutes, the identity of those who are the ringleader of those committing that, they were already out there. The identities of those who are victims, they were already out there. Those associated with them, the groups they might belong to, everything is already being put out there. So that if they have associates, they believe if anything like that happened in the UK, you would have the identity of those who brought the bomb or who brought the dynamite into a property. You have their pictures and everything because they are not in custody and there is no record that they died in the in the blast. So they said it is dynamite storage. Okay, dynamite storage. And according to them, before you can buy dynamite in Nigeria, the DSS would actually have to know about it. Of course, corruption may not let DSS know, but like for somebody to pile up, there is no mining site in Bodija. Oyelese Street in Bodija. I lived in that place, so I used to live in a Calabar estate. I even saw one of my old pal, Don T, who was also on site recording the whole impact, the destruction, the demo. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, I used to live there. Now, the last time you saw their biggest drug bust in Ikorodu, they were living, the drug dealers, they were living in estates like every other people there, rich people driving big cars. So in this Bodija, that is where you have all, mostly, if not all. Well, not all anyway. You see that Bodija, you will see more than 50% of those who are either retired government civil servants, retired politicians, like a former governor, former this, former that, okay? Like Bodija was like the Ikoyi of Ibadan. So we have no idea or the identity of these people who are the tenants. But the governor already told us. It was some people who were piling and stockpiling, what have you. So how did they procure the whole thing? Because he has none of those information. How do you then trust people like that? That tells you that dynamite used for mining, they stored them so much in a house that it exploded and it brought down more than 100 buildings. And the narrative is, it was just an accident, dynamite accident. So if I say it is a terrorist act, would I be wrong? Because explosion, bomb, is, the power of a bomb is weighed by the devastation it can bring. So if they say dynamite that they are using to break rock, to blow rock, the miners, illegal miners, rented properties in one of the most secured location in Ibadan, right? And they stockpiled enough dynamite, and the government had no clue about it. But it is not terrorism. Don't try to make it look like it's an attack. It's not. Now, this is where you and I are going to go take a look at the damages, the eyewitnesses, and all of that. And then you can begin to piece the whole thing together, piece by piece. And you can reach your own conclusion too. I'm not going to tell you, this is, what do you call it? This is what I feel like alone. I'm going to let you go do yours too, where you can easily just be like, okay, I think, oh my God, now this makes sense now. And I'm not going to show you all of this because I want to feed your conspiracy theory. I want you to open your mind enough to see through vital information, piece of information. And I'm going to help you to summarize the whole thing at the end of the day so that you can see where we are. And just like I have told you, yesterday's survivors, they are today's victims. Today's survivors, they are tomorrow's victims. Bad government, bad governance, spares nobody. Whether you are a Christian, a Muslim, whether you are a northerner or a southerner, bad government spares no one. Whether you are rich or you are poor, the danger of bad governance is so unlimited and nobody has any immunity from it, including the criminals who chose to destroy Nigeria to this point and yet still never taking responsibility. They want us to trust them. How do you trust people that don't even trust themselves? Let's go to that Bodija. Like I said, if you are here watching me today, it is because you are not the victim of Nigeria yet. You still have a chance to save your life, the life of the generation and everything that will come out of you and others, and join hands and ask, break up this shithole and let's save the lives of our loved ones, right? Now let's go to Ibadan. Somebody traveled to Nigeria, possibly just on holiday or just to see the family. First eyewitness.
Explosive is being produced around this area codedly, so the government need to investigate very well. Just look at the casualties. These are hostel or is it OBMS? What's it called? Baptist or Anglican? Sorry. So there are so many casualties. Even we are at Akure when this situation happened, about 7 or 9 kilometers away from this spot. So everywhere vibrated. We thought it was an earthquake, but eventually we just got away. Because there is another, what's it called, a barracks that is very close to this. So our concern was that situation happened in that barracks. When we got to our office there, we discovered that even our, what's it called, the POPE, the gas, everything, the pressure destroy our office. Just look at this. So bomb is being produced secretly around this area. This is a residential area. This could not be gas. So the government need to investigate this situation. I don't know where we're going to in this country. Just look, casualties everywhere. Look at the guy that just died there. He just came from UK about a week ago. So we don't even hear is a son to a landlord in this estate. So I don't know. So government, my own conclusion about this situation is that government should investigate this situation because we discover that bomb is being produced in this estate. So I don't know what to say because the casualty is too much. Just look at the destruction, look at damages. So we can't just look away. There are so many collateral damage that's happened here. So we need thorough investigation into this situation. A lot of things is going on in this estate. We need to investigate ourselves. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. My name is Honorable Elder Dejo. What's the name of this estate?
A bomb. That's where the eyewitness that saw the physical damages was like, they are producing bomb in this, or either they are storing bomb in a residential area here. This is not Gaza. Now let me show you the first set of images that emerged last night from the first impact of the explosion, right? And then you can tell me, okay, how much or what is the amount of dynamite that you have to stockpile in a building to amount, and then like what could trigger dynamite from exploding except if it is intentionally set off or remotely set off. Here you get. So initially they started the story that it was a gas plant very not far from that place that exploded. It wasn't a bomb. It was not a tremor or earthquake. So until that gas company came out and said, no, that's not from us. The explosion didn't happen from us. Then they came with the story of some people stockpiled dynamites in the house. They are illegal miners. There is no mining place anywhere in Bodija. I don't think there is any. And I don't think there is actually any mining place in Ibadan. Here you get. So if they kind of use the story of miners, they are running with that. So that the rest of us, all of us can begin to run with the story of miner. The miners, some miners. Who are these miners? They are Malians. They are from Mali. Miners from Mali. So how are we going to find them? They are looking for them. Government is doing everything to look for them. Listen, it's not a bomb. It's dynamite. So you will tell me the amount of dynamite that should be stored in a place that could impact so up to 25 kilometers from the ground zero. 25 kilometers. That's far away, isn't it? Let's start with this. Like I said, the first set.
Okay. Be careful. Followed by two. Where are you? Okay. The first one. I'm a journalist, are you now? What is here then? This is where the white bungalow is.
I can send to you. Let's move. You can take picture. I will do video.
No, just okay. Okay. The car that the whole thing happened.
Yes, this one of the car that got shredded. I can send to you. Let's move. You can take picture. I will do video.
No, just okay. Okay. The car that the whole thing happened.
Yes, this one of the car that got shredded.
That's gas light that lights.
But I would suggest that we come back here later. We have to come back.
So like from last night to this morning, did you see that car that got shredded into, like there was a bomb in it? Did you see that? Okay. Like I said, I am going to be giving you the pieces and you can put them together. Okay. Dynamite exploded inside the house, according to them.
Your Excellency, sir, it is quite unfortunate. In all of this, what do you have to say, Your Excellency, sir?
Well, I mean, these are preliminary.
Sorry about that, okay? So dynamite exploded inside the house. A car parked on the streets got torn into shred. And they don't want me to ask a question. They don't want you to ask a question. I say, why did the car? I mean, the impact from the exploded house, that the whole building and the building next to it, they both disappeared. So the question is, what amount of dynamite would people store in a house, okay, that will make such massive explosion that will shred the whole car into pieces? Don't rush me, okay? Please don't rush me. I can repeat myself again and again that way because that is how it is kind of ringing in my head. Right? When somebody said, oh, I have an idea of where you are going. No, you don't. You and I are not going the same place except if you are following what I'm actually telling you, putting the pieces together. Do not jump the gun. Don't jump it. That's part of the questions people want to know. How did Seyi Makinde come up with dynamite story after all he saw himself last night? Did he see all of that? I mean, probably it was dark. This is what he said last night. That's why I said he was prompt to respond. He was there, he moved there, and he kind of helped with the emergency to rescue those who were like the survivors and all of that. He was there as he should be. But he's not telling the whole story. That is why we don't trust politicians. If you trust politicians, your life could be the next one they are going to take. And to them, it is just a statistic. People die every day now. Doesn't matter. Right? Seyi last night.
Your Excellency, sir, it is quite unfortunate. In all of this, what do you have to say, Your Excellency, sir?
Well, I mean, these are preliminary period, you know. We've seen the devastation here, and from what we've gathered so far, the likelihood is that you have illegal miners toying with explosives around this place. We've always said to people that when you see something, say something, and then the authorities should be able to do something. This is quite unfortunate. at this stage is just to rescue anyone that is still under the rubble here, and also the people that have been taken to the hospital to give them care, and also some of the people who have their houses destroyed, provide temporary accommodation for them at hotels within the city. And then in the morning, we definitely will continue the investigation.
And that was the investigation that Seyi did. Let's call it temporary investigation. If Governor Seyi Makinde wants to really be honest with the people, right? No matter what, no matter how much people have kind of been to the entire place, I don't know, but there will still be remnants of what's really exploded. And that is then when you can come back to people and tell them, we were bombed. This is not dynamite. Okay? This is an act of terrorism. And by so doing, you will be charged to act accordingly. But he is not honest. She is not honest. But I can understand. But to whose loss? To the people's loss, you know. If your life is lost in such of terrorism they are planting everywhere, all they need is just to find a narrative to explain it away. That was last night. This morning, there's this another clip that kind of showed a little bit about, more about the damages, not even a little bit. Let me show you this one. Internal impact. People recorded theirs from within their own homes, okay? This.
Ya fadi. Bera ba ko manso. Eje baton wa mari. O wa je àwọn abaton mu bera ro. Ba ko nu so. Ya la jira imi ni. Ile won ni. Gbogbo le won bàjẹ́ o. Boss cutter ní flat ní gbogbo wọ́n bàjẹ́ o.
And those are just the lucky ones. So, I mean, I can say luck. I mean, they are far away from ground zero. So they can carry out like major renovations on their properties. There are many, many houses that will be demolished across Bodija area, even beyond, due to the gravity of the impact. Okay, some buildings were already like showing that they are going to, like, others like they are inhabitable. You can no longer live in them. Let me show them. Let me show you.
Okay.
How are you? You can't appreciate it. But nobody was found there anyway.
The agreement yesterday, when the governor came, was like, in the hostel on my
This hostel. These two.
which you can't come with, but fire brigade now, one of my oil countries to be by. Why are not happy?
We left
people that are here, around just prove me by you, which you can't be by you 230. That's what check.
We need to be ascertained that this place. We need to be ascertained.
That's no, this I want to go.
But we actually
Really apologize for the unstable image there. I know what that could do to your eyes, okay? I just didn't know it would be that bad. I thought I managed to stabilize it enough for us to use, but I didn't do it well. So sorry about that, okay? However, that's the physical damages. So where I said that, you could easily give Seyi Makinde the credit for the emotional, for at least trying to make it up to the victims by providing emotional support for them in this time of shock. So this is why somebody like me do not believe that this is dynamite explosion alone and that it is an accident. This is why I don't believe it. I just believe that you can call it a dynamite explosion. You can call it a bomb explosion. But I call it a terrorist act based on few things I have kind of tried to put together that never just make any sense to me. They don't make any sense to me. However, comparing pictures like we did from earlier, the people who were at the ground zero, which is those who were at this spot, they said, take a look at this one. This is also from the spot, okay? Where, you saw that in the video anyway. That's what you saw in that video on the right, the picture on the right. The dynamite from a house that brought down, that brought down over 100 buildings, that its impact is felt up to 25 kilometers from the place, did all of this. So some people said they found pieces of these pieces of papers. Now there's something here that is telling me that this could be very, very useful and vital. And at the same time, this could be a planted sort of piece of evidence. But somehow people believe that this piece of papers, right, or documents, they emanated from the blown building. And therefore it gave the people the idea, the companies or the company name they have been using to buy the dynamite, the licenses they got to operate and all that, yeah? And the supposed company or business that might be responsible for this. Now, this is where, like I said, this piece of information, okay, that somebody like myself have access to because they are out there, all right? They should be so useful, very, very useful to the people in government to piece all this together and see those they are going to go after and question them. Sure you get? before Seyi Makinde comes out to say it is people should keep calm. It is just a dynamite explosion with no other explanation backing it. Take a look. All right, this was found at the scene. Now you may not be able to make any sense of a lot of it. Okay, for example, the document on the left is like a court affidavit. All right, the one on the right is a Ministry of Mine, what have you, right? So look at that name. You can easily then know that, okay, do these people have any property leased to them in Bodija? Who are those people? Take a look at this one. All right, including where they were paying money to Nigerian security agent in Oyo State, NSCDC, police, military. Look at the names. So if you put all these informations together, look at the other one, right? That one is about explosive regulation, something. Anyway, regulation 65, right? So when you begin to piece all this together, kind of, you should be able to. I mean, I'm not in government, okay? I may not have the resources, but this seems so easy, and this is what should have been done at first, okay? Before Seyi came out to tell everybody that it is not something to be worried about. Of course, we should be worried about this. So talking about giving them emotional support, like I said, he provided accommodation, hotel accommodation to all the residents. They were comfortable. Probably those who don't have any properties or who don't have any relatives that have properties in the city, they could stay in the government provided accommodation. So he visited them, I think this morning, the morning after.
Taking the people thank you for your support. And we'll ask them, because of the emergency, one more and all of those, so we'll come and deposit some money so that we can keep looking after them. And then we will answer them. Thank you very much.
My house is the street facing the junction. There's a T junction referring something street. Okay. That's the house just in front of me.
Like maybe 3 houses away from where that sorry. Well, let me say thank you to you and your staff. Yes, for taking the people in and then for helping. So I'll ask the protocol. They will come and deposit some cash. Okay, so that you have it and then you can. Yes. Well, we're grateful to you.
Sure, you get like as it should be. Sure, you understand. Doing his job as the #1 public officer for the states. You see, outside where a lot of people have now turned the place to a sort of a mecca of kind, where everybody just, so the whole crime scene is polluted, is, infiltrated, and possibly nothing concrete is going to come out of that. Investigation or not investigation. And if the people are persistent, they could probably just put in 2 Niger Republic citizens and parade them as those behind the explosion in Ibadan. And the rest of you will move on, because another thing is going to happen somewhere else that will make you forget about Ibadan now. In another few days now, you're going to forget about this in Ibadan, because another thing is going to happen somewhere else. And the same reaction. Oh my God, what is this country turning into? And these are the survivors who still feels like maybe there is going to be a Messiah that is going to come and save all of us. Now there is no Messiah coming to save anybody. Like this guy said, at the scene of the explosion, explaining to them what happened, then advising them on their own security. Security starts with you. Baba, I no get gone. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying that's the way they say it. Security starts with you. Baba, I say I no get gone. Look at this.
Gather together. So you can't even talk to them now. You say you want to do an evaluation. That is why the kind of situation has been created at the premises of Housing Corporation. So we've been advising them to go to that premises where we've created as emergency. The expert, disaster management are there, and we've been advising the victims, the residents, the landlords to go there in order to give us information as much as possible.
Are there further security threats around here?
You won't say, and that is why the security people have been trying to evacuate, spectators milling around this place, because some of the people you see here are hoodlums, some of them are armed robbers. They don't have any link with this place. So I would take them as the first security threat that we have. Some of the houses, they still have their occupants in the houses without windows or doors. So if we allow all these people to mill around here, they are security threat to us. And you can also not say whether there will be a secondary explosion. So the more of them that we're able to get out of this vicinity, the better for us. So that if we have a secondary explosion, we will not lose more lives.
Yes, Your Honor, you raised concern about the possibility of a secondary explosion. Now we want to ask, some of us have been moved down there. We are in line of duty. Are we safe as we continue in our line of duty?
It is not the security people that will save you. Your safety starts with you. With all the information, because in other times, when you give security awareness like this, it is for you to be able to determine to which extent you can move to here. And of course, for you to be secured for safety, it starts with your responsibility. It starts with you first. When you gather information as much as we're gathering, maybe you move to another place. You can go to the housing corporation, allow the security and the emergency team to still continue to do their work, but it is advisable to make sure that you keep yourself safe.
But for now, is this a reasonable distance for us, the press guys?
I have mentioned to you, your security and your safety start with you. You must hold your own action. Thank you.
That's what I picked from that. Journalists self they fear when they hear that there could be another explosion. That's what I'm saying about bringing in bomb experts, all right, to determine what really exploded. Has everything exploded? Would things still explode? Like all those concerns, like they're like primary concerns that safety measures. But the bottom line is that when you hear something, when you hear an information that has to do with safety or security or anything, make use of it, because what you do with it is what will determine if you are safe or you are not. Maiyegun, what about us that are in Nigeria? Are we safe like this? Did you hear me? You know that Nigeria has gotten to a stage whereby your next door neighbor, all right, I be the person that is renting the next house to you, may actually be a sleeper cell agency for terrorists. Because whatever happens, right, you may go to bed or wake up tomorrow morning, minding your business, doing your own hustle and bustle, and from nowhere, something will just happen. It's not your making, it's not your creation like per se. Sure you get? That is the situation, people. So it simply means you must be so extra vigilant. Don't ask Maiyegun if you are safe or not. You should just not play with information, pieces of information like this, because they could save your life. You don't listen to them, you don't look at them and just be like, I am covered in the name of Jesus. Of course, you are covered by the blood of Jesus. But at the same time, people that blood is covering, there are many. You still have to be very careful too. You should not listen or hear information that you know that, oh, I heard that so and so, and then you still went on to become a victim of it. Apart from that, there is no other advice. The only thing that can save everybody is to when everybody knows that The criminals in charge of this contraption called Nigeria, they have lost it. They have lost it. And they are not even making effort to regain it. You might be, a section of you might be expecting them to possibly do something and get it back. Why the rest of you knows that they are not getting it back? So the rest and the majority who knows that they are not getting it back, you are also tolerating them. Because to you, what can we do now? They will just kill us. They will still kill you. But when you know that they will still kill you one day, you will not wait for them to kill you before they do. Like what they did to this guy in Abia State. Impunity in Nigeria. We just spoke about insecurity there, right? I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. It is just 17 days into 2024. Jesus. Can you even can you count how many people that have been killed so far? Can you pick on some of the terrible, terrible news of those that have been kidnapped? Anyway, there's a good news, okay? They kidnapped some people along a Kaduna, Abuja expressway. I think about a month or so ago. They broke the news and said the Nigerian military rescued them and arrested some of the terrorists. I haven't seen any proof. But they said they have rescued them, okay? So that's good news. However, do you know the tragedies that have occurred in this year alone? 17 days. If somebody tell you, say, Dirao 2024, Iwoma Dirao. Brother, Iwoma Dirao.
Pastor, Oko, Pastor. Our mojo sticker ló show wa. Àṣé kò rí pé orí wa ti burú. Iwoma Dirao, ìpápá ìdàrúrin. Jẹ́ ká wà ní Bible tó ń jẹ. Kò jẹ́ pé sàgbé tàbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí a fẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ rà. Gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù. Àwòyí àárín. Mo mọ̀ ní pé wà nínú Bible pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù. Kí ni Jésù lò? Àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Iwoma Dirao, ayé bàjẹ́.
You understand? Nigeria can happen to any of us. So if you are living abroad and you are one of those who believe that the situation in Nigeria is exaggerated, and somehow it's been exaggerated by Nigerians who don't love Nigeria, who don't like Nigeria, those who are demarketing Nigeria, then you go on there to ignore all of this, then you become a victim. And then Maiyegun will hear your story. And Maiyegun will be like, ladies and gentlemen, here is the latest victim of may Nigeria not happen to you. So you can continue to tell yourself, what do you want us to do? They are just going to kill, they are still going to kill you anyway. But there's going to be a moment that you're going to understand what that means. All right? And then you realize that they have actually taken everything from you. You probably just don't even have the understanding of how much they've taken from you. They have taken so much that all you have left is that breath that you have. Not your car, not your house, not your business, not your money, because all of that can be taken away from you in a flick. All you really have that is yours is that breath of yours. And it is when you begin to realize what that simply means. And you tell yourself that, I am human being, I deserve better. I deserve better than this. I deserve I deserve better than how I'm being treated. So if it is going to cost me my last breath in order not to live like this, not to exist like this, in a contraption like this, and I've got no place to go. Maybe everybody go get a chance to go abroad, Abby, or run away. No, not everyone. And they are making that difficult every day, by the way. Yeah? So when you get to that stage, when you know that your money in bank, your money in your pocket, your house and your cow, and all the flex that you have, when you're able to sit down and realize that everything can be gone, and gone without explanation, and you left in that code, you realize that all you have left is that your breath. The moment you lose it, what a waste. Or the moment you allow them to take it before you realize it, what a waste. I'll continue to remind you that the decision to free ourselves is with ourselves. When you are ready, when we are ready, when we all know that before they take our breath, before they take our lives, through their different inhuman actions and policies that have allowed, that have put our lives and the lives of our children, the lives of our loved ones in danger. Nobody is going to encourage you to stand up and fight. You will do it unconsciously and consciously too. Trust me. Nigeria and the impunity, the criminals are not slowing down. This happened in Abia because a policeman's brother wrote a petition against someone, and he wanted his brother to arrest that person. And the policeman, the man who is, the policeman was sitting somewhere, maybe drinking or what have you, in Abia State too. And then he was listening to the radio, and guess what? That is my brother's enemy on the radio. I'm going to go there right away to arrest him. No arrest warrant, no statement of what he did, and all of that. He just busted into the radio station and said, I am arresting you. Why are you arresting me? What did I do? There's a petition. Petition from who? From so and so. Your brother. You won't arrest me because you're a policeman, and me and your brother get issue. You won't arrest. It actually happened. And you said that your own Nigeria cannot happen to you anytime. You just don't. A lot of you have developed, you know that thing that they said, when you get abused so much, you become very cold to the abuses. Like when you get hit, bah, 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 and there is no way out, kind of, right? So then you realize that the worst case is that you're going to get punched and beaten almost to death. So at some point, you are just going to remain cold to that beating. Even when it's a bah, bo, bah, ishon konti kot yo, eyin metati yo, you just be there like that. Just kind of taking off your mind from, that's what some of you have become. But trust me, you will get warm by fire, by force, until you feel like, oh, man, we cannot continue like this. Why would anybody even kind of exercise this kind of impunity in the first place? Except in Nigeria. Listen.
I don't know what this country is turning on. I know the commissioner of police is a man I trust so much that he will use his wisdom and make this thing right, because everything that has been damaged in that office, they will pay for it. They will pay for it. I'm a suspect of who? So, I'm live on the radio station. Who is the person? So as you're watching for me, share
Who is looking for me?
Share it.
You I don't know you. Where's your ID card?
Share it.
Who is your
Like and share
ID
it.
card?
God bless
Where's your
you.
ID card?
I have my ID card.
Wait, bring your ID card.
Okay.
Who wrote a petition against me? Who wrote a petition against me?
You can come and give us information.
Who wrote a petition against me?
Who were with you?
Who wrote a petition against me?
I'm a police officer.
Who wrote a petition against me?
Please,
who wrote a petition against me?
Phone. I need to call the PPRO.
Yes.
You can.
Go ahead. Who wrote a petition against me? Who wrote a petition against me?
Don't worry. When you get there, you see the petition.
No problem.
Explain more.
I'm not moving an inch.
Okay. You feel you can hide?
I'm not hiding. If I'm hiding, will I come to the radio?
I'll show you the message this nonsense person is sending to me.
To who?
A policeman.
To who? Why will you track me? Did I do anything to you? I'm live. How can the Nigerian police be tracking somebody? Did I do anything to you?
Wait.
Do I do anything to you?
Listen, the program is wrong. Because you go and revise rubbish.
Am I doing anything to you? I'm live on radio. Am I doing anything to you? Am I doing anything to you?
Look at the policemen. We are policemen.
The Nigerian police have come here to.
So we cannot arrest anybody in the studio. Where you have to revise rubbish.
Why the commissioner of police? Did I do anybody to anybody? Who did I arrest? Who petitioned against me? Who petitioned against me? Who petitioned against me? Who petitioned against me? Okay.
Let him continue.
Who petitioned against me?
See my name.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Who left the door open in the first place? I think I just come
So what is keeping us now? These guys are downstairs waiting.
Come out from that place.
I'm not, who petition against me? You just come and arrest me like that.
Tomato is difficult for you. After this, I'll drag you out.
Okay.
I was live on my program with my guest. So
they just came into a radio. I'm having a live program. They just came into a radio station that they want to arrest me. They are tracking me. What did I do? Who petitioned me? I'm not owing anybody. I didn't kill anybody. I didn't do anything to anybody. How will a police enter to a radio station and they want to arrest me? I'm calling on the Nigerian police. How will a police enter a radio station and they want to arrest me? What did I do? Who wrote a petition against me? What did I do?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They just called us now that the person went to ABN to televise that we looking for him this morning. We are kidnappers. So we followed up immediately. We saw him here televising, giving them false information here.
I am here for. My name is Seyi Bernard. The Nigerian police is here to harass me. I am here for a program that the ABN TV invited me, and the flyer is online. Anybody can go and confirm the flyer. The flyer is online. Anybody can go and confirm the flyer.
ABN office, Matade. ABN office. Yes, sir. Near Matade.
Anybody can come online and confirm. I was invited by ABN TV to come and talk on youth program. I am not owing anybody. I have not killed anybody. I don't have issue with anybody. Why would Nigeria police come to intimidate me? Who wrote petition against me?
Assistant Commissioner is talking with me.
I don't know. They are claiming that he's giving me false information. Why clearly my program is a different thing entirely?
It's not a different thing.
Go and listen to it. 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 Nigerian police are here. They want to intimidate me. The Nigerian police are here. The Nigerian police are here in the BTV. I call it the Nigerian police. They are here. They want to arrest me. What did I do? Nigerian police are here. Who wrote the petition against me? Who is that move me? Who wrote the petition against me? If they arrest me,
come out from that.
This Nigerian police. What did I do? Who wrote the petition against me? I cannot move an inch from here.
You said
who wrote the petition against me? What did I do? Did I do this to anybody? What did I do? What did I do?
No, we don't have.
You can invite me to your police for questioning, cannot arrest me. Invite me for questioning, cannot arrest me. The Nigerian police want to intimidate me in a radio station where I did nothing. They can only invite me for questioning. I don't do anybody to anything.
You're a criminal.
What did I do? Who did I steal anything for? Who did I?
If you know
tell me the police station we are going to. Tell me the police station.
The major point is you come
out.
Come out. Program without calling.
Do you know the
implication? Where's the implication? Show me the message. Show me the message.
What kind of kidnapping?
No, you want to come and kidnap? You want to arrest me? And you are lying. You said you want to come for prayer. Police, they are lying. Police are lying. This man called me this morning. You cannot arrest me. You cannot arrest me. You cannot arrest me.
I don't know what.
See country. Walla, everywhere, every day. Police threatening somebody, tracking and asking where he is. He went online to say some policemen are tracking me. Oh, I believe that they are kidnappers. Oh, this share you get, and they had the audacity to go into a radio station, Abia Broadcasting Network, the state-owned broadcasting network. They went on a live program. And they said he had to come with them. Aye. Like, man, God, how did I survive Nigeria until I turned 28? Like, how? That must be a miracle. That a lot of us probably do not kind of appreciate enough. I don't know how old you are. I know say your eyes don't see shege enough. If your papa, your mama, if they know who, sure you know what I mean, right? I don't know how I survived Nigeria. I survived though. Hey, I swear to God, I will not survive another 10 years if I am for any reason get trapped in that contraption. You cannot express yourself. Policemen are kidnappers, extortionists, murderers, organ traffickers. And the impunity is just there and continue to feed honest victims every day. Now only few, they make come to the screen that you can watch like you are watching right now. Thousands every day do not make it anywhere. And there are victims. There are victims. Children, women, men, old, young, even the rich, as they are saying right now, also cry. The dilemma is much. And it's like endless. You know, nobody is kind of holding on to a break and say, please give us a break, please. And I think that is why the Nigeria Supreme Islamic Council are asking Kolu to give them a break. Please, give us a break. You lied to us. You made us tell all the Ummahs that Muslim tickets is not only going to protect the interest of Muslim and advance the cause of Islam, it is going to bring developments. It is going to bring safety to Nigeria and Nigerians as it is preached in the Hadith. The Nigeria Supreme Council, Supreme Islamic Council, they themselves have now joined all of us to start crying and say, Ebi power o. This man on your screen is called Adiyatullah. He is one of the Nigerian Supreme Islamic Council leaders. And in his own words, today, he said, the Nigeria of today is too bad. What we are buying at 200 naira before is 2,000 naira now. We have scarcity of naira and unemployment is escalating. Nigerians are not are not enjoying the new government at all. I don't want to go personal, but the Sharia Council helped the Muslim tickets to be successful. We campaigned and supported this government until it came to power, but we are suffering. Some of the ministers are siphoning and looting the treasury. I don't want to mention any name, but we have all seen and read it. Nigerians have been suffering since the last 7 months when this government came to power. We are not making any progress. The reason for the Muslim tickets was to progress, triumph, succeed, and to have a good government, but we didn't have anything. The cleric continued. See how Nigerians are suffering. No money, no progress. We have not enjoyed anything since 7 months of this government. We are sympathetic with this government, but the way forward is for some of these ministers to go home and rest. And we will find other people who will be honest with themselves and the country. Those who are there to work, not to loot the country. Sack Tinubu, Alaji. Abena Sheikh, the Sheikh. Sack Tinubu. Muslim ticket was a fraud. And if you really want to sack the thieves, sack their employer. And the problem is resolved. Or else, this comrade says, the shege never even starts. All right? Baba, Asarailu nikan lo le save yín. Because by the time you get to 2029, they will change Nigeria constitution. You see all of these senators and the rest of them, they will give Kolu. By that time, they would have given him lifetime presidency. Shey you get now? Asarailu lo le save yín. And if you are yet to come to that reality, well, you are welcome to the party. Comrade, sir.
And I think likely we can say poverty and insecurity. Now, I pose the question. If poverty is at the root of self-determination agitations, what is the outlook for the future, particularly under the regime of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? So we will have to examine some of the policies of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime. And the first index I examine is what I call the fuel price terror. Fuel price terror. I'm using terror in the sense that governments in Nigeria tend to impose state terrorism by virtue of the policies that they impose or implement. So I examine fuel price terror. Their own terrorism is worse than Boko Haram terrorism. And actually they are the cause of insurgency, banditry that we experience today. So our anger should actually be directed at the terrorism of the state. So I look at the fuel price, and the scope covers January 1966, January 1966 to January 14, yesterday, 2024. This particular table is not entirely my own making. I built on the work of Chief Gani Fawehimi in this book. He started in 2002. So I built up the table till yesterday. Of course, this book, for anybody who has read it, Chief Gani Fawehimi acknowledged the fact that I edited it. So when we look at fuel price increases, fuel price terror, I can say that the regime of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the worst in the history of Nigeria. It is the most vicious in the history of Nigeria. And he made a speech, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu made a speech on the 31st day of July last year. And I will just read a few lines in paragraph 12 of that speech. Those few lines in paragraph 12 of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's speech of 31/7/2023 defines the man, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, from the point of view of his intention for the masses of our people. I quote, he said, "Our economy is going through a tough patch, and you are being hurt by it. The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggle. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there is not. If there were, I would have taken that road, as I came here to help, not hurt the people and nation that I love." President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is committed to inflicting pains on the Nigerian people. That is what he's saying here. He's saying in that paragraph, there is no alternative to sovereign. There is no alternative to hardship. I'm not paraphrasing him. That is just what I have just read. This speech defines it. This speech should be used to analyze his acts, his policies. Therefore, let us begin from fuel price. In January 1966, the fuel price was 8.80 kobo, not naira. Today, as of yesterday, when I bought fuel at the rate of 650 naira per liter. It might be higher or lesser elsewhere. But generally speaking, today in Nigeria, it is over 600. Even when it took over, about May, when APC took over, by 2015, fuel was selling at 87 naira per liter. Today, it is 650. So the regime, from the point of view of fuel price, is the worst enemy of the Nigerian people. Then
but there's nothing the Nigeria people will do about it until they do something. That is me talking like a Kolu there. What are they going to do about it? He's already told them every day, baby pain, labor pain, labor pain, labor pain. Actually, every day person, you go born today, you go born tomorrow again. You go born for August, you go see born again for December. One person. Which kind of labor pain every AK day like this. Every 5 market days. Labor pain. So until you feel like you don't want to continue to endure Tinubu's offered pain, or else she get to Losi Harvard. You don't hear that one before? The Shege that went to Harvard. Close your eyes and just imagine it. Whatever you are currently trying to battle or face right now in Nigeria, just imagine that like times 10. I'm not wishing it on you. Don't get me wrong. I really do wish that you could tell them that you don't want your life to end up like that. And I mean, you don't even have to tell them like peacefully. You have to say it to them in the word that they will understand, in your numbers, or else it's going to happen. And we're going to sit down here in another 80 years. And it could be probably President Shitty Man, the Shekau of Abuja. Anyway, talking about Shekau and why there is no peace in sight yet with the likes of Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, and it's believed that you are wasting your time if you think asking your government or arming yourself to defend yourself would end terrorism in Nigeria. No, it won't. Negotiation would end terrorism. You cannot end terrorism in Nigeria. You can only manage it, according to Sheikh Osama bin Gumi. Here.
They are going nowhere. They are part of us and we are part of them. We must live with them. You can't drive them away and they can't drive us away. They are our neighbors, so we should never allow them to be our enemies. And if by any mistakes, by our actions, we have turned them into enemies, then we are finished. Because our real enemy will use them against us. As your real enemy will use your neighbor against you, and nobody knows your secret more than your neighbor. He knows when you come back and when you go out. So we should never allow herdsmen to be our enemies. They are
Did you hear that? We must never make them our enemies, because they know us very well. They have been studying us. They know when we go to work. They know when we travel. They know when we're having family celebration. They know when you are having a new business in what have you, right? They see us. We just have to learn how to live with them. Really? No. Do you understand that? Like, when people give you that kind of conditions, you just be like, no. Did you hear me? I said, oh yes, our enemies will use them against us. So if you say you want to go and defend yourself, if you say the government should go after them, if you want them to be prosecuted for all the terrorism they have done, hey, we are just deceiving ourselves, because they are not going anywhere. Really? Sheikh, they're not going anywhere, right? Like, who sort of gave them that assurance that they are not going anywhere? Except we do what they want us to do. Are you sure, Sheikh? Are you sure that if we don't want them around, they can come back and kill us because they know us and they also speak our languages, right? Anyway, they say fuck around and find out. All this nonsense is only been allowed by Nigeria. There's no other reason. There's no other explanation to all this, especially to all, for all we are all aware of today. If they leave Fulani and the rest of us one-on-one, may Fulani come and their cavalry during the day. May people day with all their own, what do you call it? All of their own, I don't want to use that word, you know what I mean? Like with their own jagamu like that too. Use jagamu. Terrorists do kakakaka. You do kabo. Now terrorists go run away now. Fulanis are cowards now. All these Fulani terrorists are cowards now. They look for soft spots. They look for the weak people. They look for communities that are far away from the most populated areas. All right? And they unleash terror on them. Then they brag about it. Because the people they are attacking have nothing to defend themselves. No wonder the Sheikh would tell us that we have no choice. Because Nigeria disarmed us for them. What would do one-on-one? Anybody will win. May carry the trophy. Fulanis will not remain. Trust me. Like the way, even Hausas alone will finish them in this day and time. If the Hausas are allowed to harm themselves. That is why when people tell you that you saw this bigotry flying about, all right, most of this bigotry that you know yourself, they are what? They are sponsored. All this conversation around there, turning the election into what they have managed to turn it into is all scripted, is all orchestrated by the criminals themselves. All of their friends like Confessor Wole Soyinka, that will come and drop a narrative and try to change the narrative here and there. All of these were sort of, they were plotted, they were scripted. And somehow it is working well in Nigeria. But guess what? The Fulanis are murdering the Hausas. Like, say, tomorrow, no day. They don't even know, like, it's like it is normal. In that same up north. Then they moved down to the middle belt and they started slaughtering people the same way, with the same reckless abandon. So do you really think that if Nigeria did not disarm us for Fulani terrorists, do you really think that it won't take the Hausas, the real Hausas, it won't take them 6 months before they will finish all these criminals? I can promise you that. But there is also other interested parties, So Fulanis are cowards. You get that? All these Fulani terrorists and their sponsor and their own criminals in government as well. They are complete cowards. But it's all right. It won't last. Even if the likes of Confessor Soyinka continue at 90. Have you heard the latest from the Confessor? I'll show you. He's not tired yet. person will go soon leave the world, and he is ready to come to destroy this world for those who, for the younger ones who are going to be here when Soyinka is long gone. I mean, he has his own audience too. Unfortunate fellow, unfortunate old man. But you see this narrative, in case if you don't know, he is doing this deliberately. It is to give credibility to the ones who are the Yoruba bigots, so that the Igbo bigots, they can see something to feed on too, so that they have a reason to attack the Yorubas, all right? But here is the point, okay? Everyone is a potential victim of the Fulani jihadism. I've been a jihadi that is ongoing in Nigeria. But your bigotry, your ethnicity, and the rest of that can continue to blind you, and you can continue to do your El Clasico, El Clasico, you know, which one is supreme and which is not, in order to give, you know, an unfortunate old man like this to continue to plant the seed of discord, the seed of division and lying, even at 90.
Back to those old days. So for me, it was no longer a contest between individuals. It was not a contest between a so-called interim political party and democracy. And when you have a binary like that, I have no doubt, no hesitation at all about what side of the barricades my position should be. And that interview by Dati, that disgraceful, menacing interview, was for me the ultimate signal. Because this was somebody, you know, calling for a rubbishing of a structure by which he himself had profited to ever become a governor. I'm talking about Peter Obi, who was what is known as a judgment governor. And even, even before he'd attended the tribunal had sat, his party, his spokesman, in this case Dati, came on television to threaten everyone, to threaten her if his interpretation of the results was not upheld. I mean, what this for me was immoral, politically immoral, socially immoral. It was playing to a certain script, even if they didn't know it. That's very important. It was later that I began to express my suspicion that they were part of the script. At the beginning, I even thought, look at these poor fools. They don't see that they are playing to other people's script. What a pity. So at that time, hostilities were not yet so, you know, so intense. So this is what I was referring to in that sometimes democracy leaves the stage of individual contest for power and then commences its own struggle for existence, for actualization. Democracy, as you and I understand it, you cannot accept judgments only when they favor you if you go by the same arbitration panel, the same arbitration structure. You cannot just...
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Have you actually, see, apart from everything that you have heard about Soyinka, all right, like, it is recently that, I don't know, maybe because he's now old, you know, he's now old and is kind of like senile too, right? I don't know when Soyinka was younger, but I've actually felt like Soyinka must have bamboozled some of these old folks who could barely read and write during the time that a lot of them could barely read and write. He just bamboozled them with jargons. And because majority don't even understand what he's saying, they just revile him. Like, you want to go and fight Soyinka? You don't understand. Even doctors, lawyers, all of them, they carry dictionary. Somebody that doesn't really communicate. When Soyinka speak, he doesn't communicate per se. He blab, he says things, then he drops all this big English. then people just kind of, because they feel like, Soyinka, Wole Soyinka, Oyibo, English. So I felt like he rode on that for a very long time. I don't, his books, if you check Soyinka's books, all his books per se, right? You can't really see any of them that you can say is so revolutionary to represent the symbol of a man that started courtism in Nigeria. Sure you get? Other than just big grammar and all of, but when you begin to look at all those grammars and you begin to put them side by side, they are actually nonsense. So honestly, okay, maybe not all of them. I'm serious. That's why I said maybe because people like us get to start paying attention to him when he's older now. If you actually, even if he's supporting something right, yeah, let's say, forget about this now that for God knows why, we didn't know that he's an importer and exporter of rice with a Kolu at a point, all right? So let's leave all of this now for this political, because he didn't support your this. No, let's leave that. I am talking about a man, right, that is revered because he used his status when, what do you call it, when majority of those who were supposed to be awarded Nobel laureate in that year that he was given. This is history, by the way, and I'm not saying this simply because I don't like him anymore, okay? I'm saying this because it is actually fact. It is history. The year that they gave Wole Soyinka Nobel laureate, peace, you know that Nobel laureate peace, this thing, eh? Meanwhile, the history of a Nobel laureate itself was a man who discovered how to make bomb. Now, he now realized that he became so rich. So his own bomb, his own discovery could kill thousands, if not millions of people. So he became heartbroken in his old age. So he now awarded his entire estate, all the money he made from his invention like that, he awarded the entire money to a foundation in his name, and it's called Nobel laureate. Now, you see, they said anyone who is doing, who discovers anything that bring about human progress in science, in literature, in this and in that, So that year that they gave it to Wole Soyinka was the year that the supposed real people who actually invented something, nominated, they boycotted. They boycotted the Nobel laureate that year. And the likes of Soyinka and others, that was what gave them the chance. History, truly. This is true. Now, this guy rode on that for years. Here you get, Nobel laureate. Nigeria. You know that old time where they will sing a national song for you, for winning 100-meter hurdle race. Those olden days, where they will do a national, where all the musicians will sing for you because you won gold, at the Olympic, where you did 100-meter running gold. Now you are a hero, you are a legend. Those were the era of our parents. They didn't have much time to actually piece together what this man was saying. So these days, look at this generation. They started looking at him like, what is this man saying? Do you really care about people at all? Do you really like, you know what I mean? We're supposed to be on the side of you're not supposed to be the friends of these rogues. Omo come plant narratives, Lonio. Narratives that will continue to feed the bigots in Yoruba land, the bigots in Igbo land. Because once Soyinka drop his lamba like this, the Igbo bigots, they are going to feed on it. That's an opportunity for them to start attacking the Yorubas. As well as the Lagos Abobakus, it's also the time for them to defend the Yorubas. They will come, they attack themselves, and they come, they fire because of the likes of Wole Soyinka. Because listen, whether some of us, because of their actions and inaction, some of us are going to die. We are not going to be opportuned to get to 90. Do you know that? Our health is worse. Look at this generation, and look at what you are facing. Today, your lifespan is shorter than some of these old guys. What they have done to you, a lot of you are not going to be, you're not going to make it to any 90. like Soyinka. Here you get. As they are all packing up and to leave this earth, they are making this world more dangerous for us. Dangerous to coexist. Dangerous to actually have a conversation. Dangerous to have a real human development. Because like to them, all road lead to just where their butter is being, their bread is being buttered. And even Obank Paro had this to say about Confessor.
Well, Soyinka and I have been having a running battle. And he has said it will not end until one of us leave this world. And I have said in this book that you are talking about, that if he leaves before me, now when I get to heaven, and I hope he will be there, he should welcome me. If I leave before him, when he comes, I will welcome him. But Wole Soyinka is a gifted man. I have always acknowledged that. But he's a bad politician or political analyst. And I've also said that. And that it's my own point of view. He may agree with it. He may not agree with it. That
is Obank Paro. Greg Bayero. Again, sometimes I always try to be very careful before I reply to some comments. All right? But I am going to hold on and possibly wait for you to let me know if it was Confessor Soyinka that you are addressing as now honest, you are talking nonsense, or you are referring to your father, dead or alive. So before I respond, because the last time I did, one weary NK Abikilu, NK Abikilu Nuruddin from Canada, ended up having to what? By until tomorrow. So, Bayero, let me know if you are referring to me as somebody because of what I said about Soyinka, or you are referring to your father, or here you get. I want to know before I kind of and African Wahala and the rest. Please remind me what he says if you respond, because I don't want to just fire you like that. Because when I am talking and you make any comments, it might be comments that came late and all that. Here you get. So listen to me. In my own world, all right, I don't really like politically correct people. Here you understand. The politically correct people are those that will tell you the type of word you have to use on certain type of people. The politically correct people, they are those who do every other thing enough to gaslight you simply because you are saying something about someone that they considered respectful, somebody they respect. If you are respecting Olori Buruku leaders, criminals, or any other person that is indeed contributing to the further degenerated and division and the destruction that the Nigerians are actually victims of. We can't be friends. Oh, look at me very well. People have called me names simply because yesterday I'm talking about somebody they didn't like. So they they were okay with that. So today I'm talking about someone they liked, and suddenly they are withdrawing their I like you. I like you. I have told you that on Maiyegun's diary Politico, I won't be your friend if you have any preference, whether you're your pastor or yes, whether you're imam, whether you're one of those criminals. Sure you get insane. Even if now your papa, no get involved in the activities, the public activities, indicted. I will call your papa out. So if you now turn around and say, Maiyegun, that's my father. Don't talk to him like that. Ogufe power ti father any. What you understand saying? So I'm waiting for that weary. I'm still trying to hold it in, okay? So if you are a politically correct person, if you are somebody who has some little, if you have any little connection with any of those criminals in Nigeria, from local government level to your Abuja level, we can't be friends, oh. Sure you understand now? I hope you know that. And this means it doesn't matter where that criminal come from. You cannot sit down there for any reason and think, when I am talking about some certain criminals, the criminals from where you come from, I'll probably slow it down before I talk about it. If your criminals, the criminals from Igbo land, the criminals from Yoruba land, they are collaborators from the Fulani and the Hausa, everywhere, Christian, Muslim, when I am threading like that, I know they hold anything back. Sure, you understand me now? I have no respect for people I don't have respect for. I don't like what I hate. So if you come onto Maiyegun's diary, Politico, and there to have a shori bruku, you can begin to tell me, Maiyegun, will you stop that nonsense? Don't talk like that. I have told you, you know who me anything, no? You know that personally, Abi. You can like me in the morning. Go daleko hate me. If you have any connection with any of these people, this platform is not for you. For the last time. So again, I will be looking out for that Bayero Abi whatever, because my spirit is telling me that way. Emi lori fast le nkan yen ko de se mi lori fast awon yala ja e lori fast atawon baba iponri ma pon gun awon to ni e. That is, shey you get. However, ladies and gentlemen, my time is up, which means I am going to go make myself another cup of tea. And my line is going to be opened. And you are free to call in and say whatever you like to my face. You know that, right? I'm just joking. You are all free to call in anytime you want to. But until then, just remember, like the broadcast, share it, okay? Subscribe to my channel if you are not so scared of my face. Because if you are somebody who is comfortable with the truth, even if it hurts you somehow, you just have to learn how to get used to it, or you fuck off from this platform. But that somehow, I'm going to be very careful. I know they careful, though. They know they tell you, I am not careful when I am talking about the criminals in Nigeria and what they are doing. Whether they are pastors, or whether they are fasts, or whether they are, I'm not somebody you would tell to be careful. So we might not have to be friends, okay? But to the Templars, the brethren of the temple, stay back. I will be back. And we can continue from where I'm stopping now. Thank you. I have my first caller. Please, so don't see. Listen, don't look at my caller. Hang on. Don't look at my what do you call it? Don't look at my offense. No offense. Okay. Anyway, Sha, just don't hold back, especially to those of you who are already reaching out and supporting me in setting up of my new studio, and I've been buzzing to have that happen. And a lot of you have actually made the dream come true somehow, right? So tonight we continue the fundraiser on the side while we take calls. Okay. So I hope to those who are still pretty much yet to be part of this, please check it out. And I will continue to appreciate that. Okay. So I have a caller who has been waiting there for like forever. Hello there.
Yeah, hello, Maiyegun.
Baba.
I greet you, my brother. How you doing?
I am very well, Baba. How are you? How your side?
You know, Baba, everywhere clear. Yeah, not to take much of your time. I will just, normally what I'm saying, what I actually want to comment about tonight is not about your topic that you're having right now. But I will quickly try to pick up some things, just pass the information here as well.
Please.
The whole thing has been the way it is now. And the question is, how can we move forward? Okay. And the way things are now, I am a Biafran, okay? I am a Biafran. I am Urobo, and he's not speaking Biafran. And I believe that every Biafran on this platform knows who is speaking to you right now. Okay? Every Biafran on this platform should know who is speaking to you.
And you don't want to mention your name,
my name is Onajite Higo. Onajite. I am partly Urobo, partly Izon Biafran.
See, that's grand, Baba.
So
thank you for that. Okay, go on. Yeah.
Now, exactly what I want to say now is that the whole thing has been the way he has become now. And me and you, every Biafran listening to me here on Maiyegun's Diary, the reason why people like me are also coming to this very platform is because Oyendu said we should. And I now see more reason why Oyendu have said so. And I don't think if you're genuine that you ever blame yourself being here around this guy here. If you're a Biafran, it is clear that whatever we are doing about Oyendu Nnamdi Kanu legally will not hit fruit in as much the zoo is concerned. Listen and listen very carefully. No matter, even the Supreme Court said they should release Nnamdi Kanu, these people will not release him. Have that in the back of your mind. Forget who sold him or who not sold him. It has nothing to do with the situation on ground. Because those people were there yesterday now. They're not going to feed, they argue who sell somebody and who not sell somebody. It is none of their business. They are dead and they are gone. Yeah. They have become story. They become topic on Maiyegun, Diaries, Politico, and every other Biafran agitator program. So now the point now is that there is nowhere to run to. This guy, called Maiyegun, always says something. If you can see anything at all that will bring down this very evil structure, it doesn't matter who is bringing it down. Join them and bring it down.
That's it.
It doesn't matter your view about that person who is bringing down. My enemy is supposed to be your enemy. Even if you see me as your enemy, at least more confess over destroy this one first. So, in other words, Peter Obi, we all supported him, including myself. I'm not going to lie for now. Because for me, anything that will bring down the zoo, that is what I'm in for. Okay, but when I see that people are actually, I give Peter because the movement, and I gave him the trial, and I think that the trial actually worked, and the zoo proved me right. I don't want Peter Obi to say, oh, it is because of this person that did not vote for me. That's why it could have worked. But it actually worked. But the zoo always proves us right. And now it has been so. It has been so. We understand that mostly Biafrans have issue with Omoyele Sowore. And in the issue of Omoyele Sowore, I want every one of us to understand that Sowore may have made some mistakes. Okay? We are not here to bank on that mistake. Or guy, if you bank on that mistake, all you have to go rot for where he did. If you bank on that mistake, till the death go reach your family. If you just say, maybe you not in Nigeria, maybe the thing not go reach you. It go reach your family, go wipe out your family.
It go reach you wherever you are.
So, in other words, you see the only man standing, Peter Obi, we all see the whole thing. Despite that everybody supported him, everybody wants him to. It's just the way we are desperate to remove Jonathan. And that was when Omoyele was playing some roles, which he don't even understand that these people are also using him indirectly. And that is what most of you, or should I say most of us, are holding on to.
Anything wrong, right? Like we said too, right? Because if you look at it in the long run, Baba, sometimes when we want to set records straight, right? I think we should, at the same time, right, be factual. This is what I mean. Sowore was exposing the looting in Jonathan's government. APC took advantage of that, and here we are today. Here you get, So if somebody says I'm not forgiving Sowore for it, fine, like it's okay, right? But we shouldn't make it look like, like he did anything wrong. Don't you think so?
Now, yeah, I agree with you.
It's like me now. I'm gonna. It's like me now. That is always talking about APC and all of that. Let's say that year 2023. I didn't say anybody should vote for Obi. I said obedient are their karma, and I enjoy it. Right. So let's say Obi now, they now declared Obi winner, and Nigeria is doing all of this. And some people are now saying it was people like Maiyegun. It was because I'm reporting APC. They will not say it's because people like Maiyegun that brought Obi. Did I do anything wrong talking about the wrongs of APC? Of course not.
You know
what I mean?
Maiyegun.
Again, yeah, go on. Sorry, go on, brother.
Maiyegun, you are very correct. You are very correct. Okay, I think maybe it is even better that you put it more. You put a little light
if people
into
want to have a closure about something. Like if you ask any of them now why they don't like Sowore, they will say Sowore was being used by APC. It was seen with them.
Now,
right? However, we cannot also forget the fact that the same Sahara reporters actually told us what majority of us later know, right? But we know that APC took advantage of it. And a lot of people feel like,
of course,
you know what I mean? So if we want to have closure, it's great to have closure, but we cannot have closure on falsehood. It will not end. You know what I mean? But like you said, continue because there's something you want to get to. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Now, Maiyegun, please. The point here is that no matter, I believe that everybody
feels.
get
I like
the
that.
message.
No matter how anybody feels towards Sowore, can we all look at the big picture?
Whatever you may feel, whatever you may feel for this guy, one thing I want you to understand, there is two things I want you to understand about this guy. He has been consistent in whatever he stands for. Despite that, he needs a lot of help, even just to bend a little. This guy has been consistent. Even despite that, what he's fighting for is totally different from what we believe and what we want for ourselves and our next generation. Okay? But what he's fighting for, he has been consistent. So that is one thing, that is a credit that we cannot take away from him. And what am I saying here now? In the whole struggle, you are Oduduwa, you are a Biafran. Keep on doing what you are doing. Support your struggle, support the leader of your struggle. And as you are doing so, it doesn't stop you. When you see where they are saying revolution, support them, not because that is actually your cause. It is not your cause. Anything that we disrupt, even just to give them a little headache, support it.
Something
when
that
you see the obedient gathering,
this current arrangement, before it kills all of us, anything that will bring it down, it should be something that everybody should be after, if they understand why.
It will get to everybody. I mean everybody. Because either gradually, it's now crawl, it will crawl reach you. Either indirectly or directly. So the point now is that, for other callers to come in, okay? The point now is that every Biafran, every Oduduwa, if you see, because now only Showore, Obi, when we are talking about Obi now, and when Obi was even talking, I will be a sound of opposition through the order. If you be opposition, we still vote for you. We still vote for you. They can't remove you. Wait till you go do. Because you say, must wait for 2050.
Yes.
Okay, now. And we are not ready for that. Baba, the only sound that is making sense in the whole zoo political arena now is the voice of Showore. Let everybody see. It doesn't stop you. See, now Najite, they talk, yes. And I believe that every Biafran knows on Najite. And I know that you know who I am, you know what I stand for, you know how passionate I am about what I'm doing. So now the point here is that every Biafran, every Oduduwa, whenever you see where Showore people are gathering, whenever you see where it is not about Showore people, whenever you see anything, the vision of Showore is gathering. Support the big part of the vision.
Yes.
Baba, if na 50 kobo, if you can support the vision,
you know what I mean?
Support them. If na 10 kobo.
God bless you. Might take another one. People are already complaining that it's like you and I tonight, right? But it's because I kept you waiting for a while. So I appreciate this part you brought into this chat tonight. Okay,
yeah,
God bless you, Baba. Thank you so much. You have a good one. So I have I appreciate this part you. Do you mind muting the broadcast possibly, Baba? How are you?
I'm fine. What you are doing and saying?
Dojo and saying, that's a call.
I'm telling you, Maiyegun, we are in problem. You see, everything you've been talking about, because when you say some certain things, people will say, how can that be? This Maiyegun to the top. We be like, say, this Maiyegun, they even spooky and all that. I said, don't worry. You understand when it comes. See, these people we don't know what we are in now. They've taken it to another level. Makinde knows what happened.
But did you see that pictures? I know you must have seen millions out there, okay? We're putting all of them together for you tonight while you are seated there watching and all of that pieces. I mean, putting the pieces together. Do you think that is just a small? I mean, what kind of dynamite amount will be piled up?
It is not any dynamite, Maiyegun. That area of Ibadan, there's no mine. And even if it's a mine and all that, it will not. See, these people think we didn't go to school, or some of us that went to small school, that we don't use our head. I mean, if it's an explosive, another is explosive in a residential area that will go that far reaching, it's not possible. And besides, why didn't they seal off? Because that's a crime scene. A sensible government will seal off the whole parameter and evacuate everybody, so that the bomb squad will come in, and even if they need to fly in experts from abroad to ascertain, because if it's explosive, remember, you will see shreds, residues of
there will be residues. That one is, I think that one is forgot, but there will be some shrapnel. I'll be waiting to record that thing, like the one that will be like a metal shrapnel that will, like,
Exactly. This is a new,
what kind of explosive.
Exactly.
Exploded.
This is a new level. This is a new level that they want and all that. Go and write it down. If you go and trace it, you trace it to the Fulani people and all that. All that money that they are collecting for kidnapping, what do they use it for? I mean, as shown the other day, they are stockpiling arms and explosive. Now, this is the next thing. It's not about kidnapping anymore. It's not about AK-47 now. The new thing now is dropping bombs in some places and explosive in other places. So what are we going to do? And now I think people should just start arming themselves to protect themselves, because law and order has just broken down in Nigeria. You don't trust an army man, you don't trust police and all that. You can come in and arrest somebody and pick up somebody, and in a radio station. Come on, why is everything going on in this Tinubu's government? We thought we saw Shege with Buhari. I'm telling you, this is even on another level. And the governors, the APC governors, and all that kind of thing are all they all know they're all in it together. They know what
this whole thing. It says something about trust, breakdown of trust, and then the gap of trust between the led and the leading. And he's right about that, right? Then he started committing the same offense that created that gap of trust by lying again. And then you wanted to be trusted, but you are just like, you just lied to people there by giving them nothing substantial, nothing to work with. But you want them to take it that way and trust you. How does that work?
And now, I'm sure the next bit now, the Oyo State government will come out and say, okay, all these houses that have been structurally damaged, because obviously there will be structural damage, they have to demolish them. Now, who is going to get compensation? Zilch. Nobody is getting no demolition compensation. So if you're sweated all your life saving, or you borrowed money to build one of those houses and all that,
what in that place, they are like old people passing. Those buildings are like buildings built in the 80s, 90s.
Old money. So where are
That's
you?
what I wanted to say.
So where are you going to start? What are you going to say? Where are we going to start? But guess what? Most of those people that this thing touched, the Agbado people, we warned them. They were warned. All of them were warned. It's not a nice thing that life has to be lost, properties have to be destroyed, but they were all warned. They were saying, is this. See, from the last caller, from what he was saying, I believe that, listen, it's time for every group should put hands together and fight the common enemy. Because if we continue saying that this is Biafra, this is this is obedient and all that, it's all nonsense. We should just recognize the one enemy and just push them out, then we decide what to do with that.
What do you think I've been doing for the past 5 years, trying to make people understand that we are all here right now because Nigeria has failed us. You are revolutionary. This one is Biafran. You are also the one. You are also this or that. Whatever you say you are standing for today, that is not in status quo with what is readily available in Nigeria today, means you don't agree with what is going on in Nigeria. Then why are you fighting yourselves with other people who don't agree?
Exactly. There's no point
making people understand that.
Yeah, there's no point insulting people. They will tell you, they will bring the bigots will bring the racial dimension to it. Moibo, this one we say often man Yoruba man and all that kind of thing. So they can see the way they treated Igbo just because Igbo wanted to stand up for his people. You guys wanted to murder him. They didn't come to arrest him. They came to waste him that day. Only God knows. By the time he tells his story, we'll find out how he escaped. Same thing happened to Nnamdi Kanu. He escaped, but eventually, unfortunately, they got him in Kenya. And now he's sitting in one place and all that. So, see, the governors we have, unfortunately, in the East are all corrupt. The leaders are all corrupt. They are not for the people. They are all just concerned about what will go into their pockets. They are looting and looting more and more and more. So that's just the reality. So it's just time for the people to stand up and then fight.
Thank you so much, Tom. All right. Let me take another one. Okay, as usual.
Okay,
right? You've added to this tonight. Thanks a lot. I have another caller on the line, and what do you call it? It's Jeje Man. Is on the line.
Yes, my good general. This is Prince Jeje Man representing IPOB for life, Baba.
How are you today?
Baba. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. And you and family.
Do you mind helping me tell these brethren, right, to stop their fight, over whether Maiyegun they smoke Igbo or Maiyegun no they smoke Igbo, and take a minute to go and like the video? Can you help me tell them? Can you go and like the video, right? At least that's something you should do. The rest of whether Maiyegun they smoke Igbo or Maiyegun they drink what have you, right? At least that is not what we are doing right now. So go like the video, please. So Prince Jeje Man,
my people on
somebody
Temple
said,
of
where
Truth,
do you think he's getting the inspiration from? So you get inspiration from Igbo. Hey, I suppose to be attention, eh? Go on.
Yes, so my people on Temple of Truth, as Maiyegun was saying, Baba fella say Igbo they give blood, yeah. So make you that one no worry you. When I go go and share this
for those who haven't
program today.
Go on, man.
Yes, so I beg, do so. This one our platform, now our own CNN be this BBC.
That's right.
Yes, so respect, Baba.
Thank you, man.
Baba, you see, we are always concerned on the security and property of our people. You know, because the government have failed their primary obligation to secure lives and property, and that's the reason why Nigerian citizens should know, both home and abroad, that they have no government. That is stamped. You see, Maiyegun general, the bomb issue that they call dynamite.
So
you know, there is something that was found at the crime scene. Yeah, the paper you were showing us.
Yes, now.
You understand? That paper, you know, should be in the hand of the security agent. You understand? But that paper was deliberately left for the civilians to have hold on it and they share it on social media. What I want to tell you, Maiyegun, that is a deliberate act to divert the evidence or distract
like
the evidence.
it is planted. You is that what your instinct tells you? Like this whole thing might have been planned, and then they can use all of these pieces of information to make it look like
they just drop it there to confirm what the governor was saying. You understand? We are Biafrans now. We don't know what's in the happen ahead. You understand? That's why we hate Nigeria with passion. See, Maiyegun, you know, as we are speaking, you know, yesterday, you are telling us that they want to move, is it CBN or move us
now,
to
a few days ago,
Lagos.
they said they are moving some operations down to Lagos and they congest CBN.
Baba, make I tell you, see, there's no smoke without fire. Them in Asorok there, they don't know say Kasala won't bust. You know when the terrorist Pantami, when he came and he's now donating money.
The fundraiser for the terrorists in Nigeria. That's his new title.
For their fellow terrorists. Yes. All those things you see is just to distract people to see that, for people to say, they are also see how fighting on how they can do something about the terrorism going on. Now them I be no be so.
Now them oh.
Maiyegun, Afghanistan is loading. Nigerian today, Afghanistan tomorrow. No only those where one no go know. Waiting on want Kolu Ajaga bandit for Asorok. Releasing now the can in time for his own safety. So that if they want to turn Nigeria to Afghanistan, if Oduduwa raise their flag, Biafran go raise their flag. You go see somebody allies that will make your force to be strong. That is intel we are telling him. If he thinks that he will stay in Asorok there, these guys, they want what they couldn't achieve in 2022. Their time is running out on them. They feel that the nepotism of Koluna, Jaga bandits, that they are going to lose out completely. So it's better for them to strike early. This is what is going on. If he doesn't know how to beat his drum, it's on his own. Let them not come there, Asorok there, and slaughter him. And Shetima is their ally or their gang. We take over. And they will overrun Asorok, overrun the whole Nigeria.
If something happens and he get killed, right?
Yes,
would the Yorubas even be able to I'm talking about the Abobakus that are here, right? Would they even be able to stage any level of repressor, right? To say, okay, now this is it.
Baba, it will be too late.
With all this kind of bombing and all that, they will just tell you that don't worry, just drop bomb in Lagos, drop bomb in Ibadan, drop here and there. Everybody will run away. Nobody will come and say. I'm getting your message. Prince,
you know, our guy from Liberia told you the other day.
Yes, sir.
That the only people that is proving stubborn to them, their Islamic agenda is the Eastern Nigeria.
Yes.
If you can remember, them in their subconsciousness, they believe that the Yoruba, average Yoruba is so much afraid. They hear gun, they will run away. Do you understand? That is what they believe. So the earlier the better. Now is good morning. Now that the light is still shining, let them start to pursue the black goat before Nigeria turns into Afghanistan. Maiyegun General, may the soul of those who they kill in Mizzle Belt in December, all the innocent children and the women and the old men that they slaughter like ram in December, may their soul rest in peace, and may the soul of those that was involved in this bomb by Yoruba brothers in your state, may their soul rest in peace.
Amen.
Please let nobody continue in this political correctness. Nigeria is gone and gone. Everybody should go back to their ethnic nation and defend it. Fulani, the agenda of Ruga, they are not stopping on it.
No.
They are in our forest. They are in our forest. They are in the police now. They are in the army of Nigeria. You can't restructure Nigeria with all these foreign terrorists in our armed forces. No. It's quite obvious. Danger. Time bomb. Thank you, my good general.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Stay safe, okay? And you take it easy too. I have another caller on the line. And that is Osita. Osita.
One name.
Osita. One name.
Let me. Yeah.
So I'm no longer one name the number. You told me that one is the biggest. So
no, that's the biggest now. One name the number. That is the biggest. No, any other one can be bigger than that.
Okay.
You know,
undermine
that undermine that you are from Southwest and I'm from Southeast, but you are my brother.
That's right. That's
you
right.
You are my brother.
God bless you.
And you will always be my brother.
I believe. Thanks so much.
Even no matter the differences, but you will always be my brother because you've always stand in the position of truth.
I will.
You know, believe me, it's disheartening that till now, the federal government led by the Ragamuvian Tinubu, that federal government has not been able to tell us what happened in Ibadan, how many people died in Ibadan.
No.
If not for that thing happened in a city, number one, and number two, if people are no longer watching, if people are not watching, they will have killed that news, just the way they kill several news of things that are happening, both in the Southwest, in the North, even in the Southeast. They are, even the South, whatever they call themselves, they try to suppress all this news because the reason they are suppressing all this news is for them to go outside there and borrow money.
Because normally it's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's not that bad.
Yeah, because normally no one is going to borrow you money when they know you are in chaos. Afghanistan can't go to any place and borrow money.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So in order to suppress it, in order for them to borrow money so that they can consume the money and share within themselves like they've been sharing, they need to suppress the news. They are not suppressing that news because of anything. They are only suppressing that news just because of their tummy, their belly. They want to go and borrow money, which they are going to share among themselves. Trust me. People are dying that we don't. Even I heard one that happened in Lagos. My friend told me about it, that they kidnapped in Lagos.
Yes, now. I heard that one is on Bagada Expressway. Is that the same
Thank
one?
you very much.
It happened now, and now they have to pay ransom. I don't know why I didn't cover that, by the way. But there's so many. There's just too many.
They suppressed the news. You can see what is happening in Nigeria, in the contraption.
People are crying. People are hungry. The president and the vice president, the president and the Senate president was nowhere to be found until Kohari book launch or whatever, whosoever, what's his name?
Femi Oponu Adesina.
Oponu.
FOA.
Until Oponu. Yes, until Oponu wrote his jargons. That was when we now saw the president. The person that I told you that Tinubu will only be able to govern some part of Nigeria and not all part of Nigeria.
You did say that.
Have you seen a sitting president, age-wise, Tinubu and Buhari, if they are not mates, he is older than Buhari. In thieving money, I know that Buhari stole a lot of money, but Tinubu stole more.
I think Bukwari stole money. Tinubu actually stole generations, not generation. Money. He stole destiny of generations.
Yes.
Long after he's dead, generations will still.
So I do not see the reason why, till now, Tinubu is still thanking Bukwari. He's bowing down to Bukwari. He couldn't even stand up, stand upright to shake Bukwari's hand. He was bending. He was nearly kneeling down for Buhari.
He could kiss his shoes.
He could kiss his shoes. And I was telling somebody that either we like it or not, we were all deceived by Buhari's antics, thinking that he didn't plan this thing from time. He stood by it. It is him that put Tinubu there. It is him, nobody.
At least he allowed it to happen. He pretended, they were doing, what they were doing, right? But eventually, he allowed it to happen. Some people still said that even if he didn't allow it to happen, there's no much of Tinubu's antics that cannot be crushed in 24 hours. And just like that,
that's the
it will
truth.
be history.
So you will see the way he still beckons, the way he still kneels down for him. He could kiss his shoe, kiss his ring, for all he cares. So
you know what somebody told me, Osita, because you now mentioned this, right? Somebody told me that when Tinubu said what money cannot do, more money will do it. He believed he could get all those institutions bought. The men handling them, even their successor. It was so well arranged, Osita, that if Bukwari started sacking some of the head of some major agencies and ministry and all of that, right? It will need to sack up to maybe about 7 levels. What's that? Is that you, Osita?
No, I dropped it.
Oh, is that okay? Sorry. So they said that Bukwari would need to sack like about 7 people. If you sack this one, you put another one there. They will need to sack that one too. Then you put another one. They will need to sack that one too. Because Tinubu has bought up to the 10 role successors. So you get. But they said Tinubu was still very much scared. You know why he was scared, Osita? You see this issue of a drug forfeiture of money. This issue of a forgery, perjury. They said Tinubu was praying that all his enemies who are doing everything within the villa to stop him, right? He was praying that he prayed that they should not tell Bukwari the power of arresting him. All they have to do is just to say, Tinubu has been arrested. Breaking news. What? APC presidential aspirant has been arrested today because of his involvement in drug dealing, trafficking, and perjury. That's it. That one, money no fi buy him. Tinubu will be finished. So they said all that period that you are seeing Tinubu peeing himself and all of that, his greatest worry and fear was for Bukwari to get him arrested. But some people will tell you today, they're not born and well. He didn't do it. So now, we cannot find out if they're born and well or they're not born and well. So just corroborating your this so that Bukwari allowed it to happen. Here you get.
Yes.
And so maybe that is why Tinubu will kind of kiss his feet for as long as possible.
Exactly. Yes. So now you now look at it. The one that is the Prime Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. He's somewhere dancing, and people are being kidnapped People are being kidnapped in his region.
In Abuja, now.
In Abuja, he's there dancing. Then you go to Lagos, which is the financial capital of the contraption. Sanwo-Olu is there dancing. Then you go to Ebonyi State. The guy in Ebonyi State
is also dancing.
Is there dancing. Then you begin to wonder, what kind of people did you put in position of power, or the people who are occupying those positions of power? Then you find out that these people don't care about their people one bit.
No.
They don't care. And that is one thing I want people to understand, that for the fact they don't care about you, it is hard time you begin to care about yourself. Anybody born of a woman in that contraption, born of a woman, whoever thinks that Nigeria will come better, I tell you, you are wrong. In London, I was opportune to sit down with Hope Uzodinma when I was when I was still living in London. And he said, those are his words, that Nigeria can never be good. Those are his words. That's the word of a politician, is not my word.
Abechi said the same thing, and it's on recorded. He said Nigeria can never be better.
So
he said
when
it, and he was
he
a
says
minister.
it, Abechi says it, a lot of them says it. Who are we to think that Nigeria can be better? Who are we?
Not even what they say. Look at what they have been doing. Look at the results today. So where do you get the impression that Nigeria is going to be better when the people who are supposed to make it better are doing everything to destroy and you are seeing them, but you're still open that it's going to be better?
Each day you wake up, each day you wake up, one propaganda will come up. They will tell you, they will tell you, but this is no longer a Emefiele that is trending now. It is Betty Edu that is trending. Better Edu that is trending. I tell people, don't join them in their charade of news that they will tell you that better this person this. If you really want to be plain and truthful to the people whom you are leading, you have to bring these people out so that they can stand before the judges. The lawyers will prosecute them, ask them questions, and they will answer those questions to the best of their knowledge.
Yes.
They will know that you are fighting corruption. But if it is when you go to court under 15 minutes, what I tell people that what the judges they use in Nigeria is magic wand. They hit their magic wand on the table and tell you that after 15 minutes, case adjourned. And you will see people online. People will be burying themselves, cursing themselves over news that are not true. As far as I'm concerned, because you've not been able to prosecute any of those people before a public hearing, trust me, all the things you are saying are all lies. I don't buy any of those things.
Osita.
So this is where we are. Please, I am begging. The only solution that we have is that we'll have to join forces together.
Yes.
It is not a crusade for one person.
It is not a competition. It shouldn't even be a competition. Did we not agree to that on this platform, Osita? That the struggle to liberate ourselves from every part and whatever you believe in, do not see it as a competition, except if you are doing it for yourself.
Thank you very much, my brother.
God bless you, Osita. You have a good one, okay? So let me take this as well. I am still very much the house is still pretty much full, right? A lot of us are still there on YouTube, and but I don't know why your like is not counting. Like we could barely have 1,000 of us so far. Whereas really like the video, okay? If you have done it, don't do it again, or if you haven't, I'm reminding you. And I have here the African Wahala, brother, sir.
Yes, my brother.
How are you?
Good evening. I'm fine, thank you.
God bless you, Baba.
Yes, it's always a pleasure to call in. Honestly, sometimes I don't even have anything to say, but I just want to be a part of the show and continue to give you encouragement.
Thanks, man.
And as usual, thank you for your great works, for your consistency. salute to you, my brother.
Thank you very much. The African Wahala, Baba.
Yes, sir. So let me maybe, in fact, let me talk to my Niger people. You saw that video that you shared where the police guys went to arrest that guy went to kidnap that guy
State broadcasting network.
Yes. You see, you said something right after that. Man, if you were in Nigeria, you wouldn't survive.
No.
I'm telling you, brother.
I question myself like, how did I survive 28 years of my life in Nigeria, right? And possibly taught me what I know that prepared me for period like this, right? But sometimes I just look back and be like, Baba, how did I survive? Like, would I survive straight 10 years again in Nigeria if I ended up being there? I don't think so, Baba. I don't.
The thing is, people conform, they adapt to their environment. And when the environment forces you to be a slave, then they will become slaves. And that's why a lot of the Nigerians today, when we tell them that, man, when we show them how angry we are, we that have run away from the evil contraption, they don't understand because they have adapted to the slavery. Right? Well, I'm going to say that, honestly, with my own level of exposure in life, and I'm not saying I'm the most exposed person, I have a lot to learn. But the little exposure that I have, boy, if I'm in Nigeria, man, I can't even, man, no way I'm surviving. I would have to run away to bed.
Me, where they argue with local government chairman. This was
I go don't run. I go don't go Ghana.
Last, I go don't find somewhere run to, because it's either they would have put me in jail, kill me, or I don't know, like a lot would have happened, because I've always been like this. So for those of you who probably joined me recently, I've shared these stories many times, right? The African Wahala. I don't cause trouble inside the local government chairman office when I was the PRO of National Youth. What's it be there? This again itself. National Youth something NYCN. It's called NYCN.
Kinikon.
The Nigerian youth, whatever. Anyway, so I was their PRO for my local government then, right? And that was about 14 years ago. That's a while, right? So in my usual way, I just go talk, say, on a party government that they do for this place. These guys are just there to just share money because of what I saw. PRO of my NYCN. They have too many abbreviations about these names in Nigeria, right? So
and a fake organization.
Here you get. I became aware what they do in local government, right? Baba, they know they do anything for local government to like, it's just share the money. If the chairman is generous, right? Party members and all of them, every Friday, they have to come into the local government. Everybody, every group, all of them. And that same Friday, right? The accountant of the local government will go to the bank, okay? And go and cash some money out. It may be, back then, I have seen them cash out 5 million naira cash like this inside bag. And they are bagging the money for everybody where they wait 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Now, wait till I saw that too. And I was like, now party government, they are running here. I put them on Facebook. Chairman said, you should go and call me. So if I remain in Nigeria, they would either have killed me, they would have jailed me, I probably wouldn't have a family. My wife would have abandoned me because around that I would still be poor. And everybody would be saying, you this man, what is your problem? Is that I've been killed or somehow I would have probably ended up, I will still end up in the diaspora eventually. So that's why I said 10 years, spending 10 years in Nigeria now, nowhere to go to, nowhere to anything, Baba, they will kill me. Or I will just die slowly, like, I can't survive.
It's unfortunate. I'm on Niger, brother. You see, in fact, I not take too much time because I know people feel the text for me now. My advice to you guys that are still in Nigeria, okay, I know some can't leave and some want to leave, but they haven't had the opportunity yet. While you're still in the contraption, number one, realize that you are not in a country. It's my advice for you. I understand many of you are not going to take that advice if you come across this video in the future, because that's just the nature of people. Realize that you are not in a country. There is no nation, there is no statehood, there is no country. And number two, realize that you are your own government. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You already provide everything for yourself, from basic amenities water, electricity. You get nothing in return for being in a so-called Nigeria. So if you can have that mentality, it will help you a long way. And that's why people like me, even before I left Nigeria, I already had that mindset that anything I'm doing here is just to take advantage of what can help me to escape from this system. That's it. Because this system was created to destroy our lives, period. And I know many people are going to disagree because they've made billions from the wicked system. It's the same way, even if you go to countries, I mean, if you go to Afghanistan, if you go to Somalia, if you go to Iraq, there are billionaires. There are people in those countries that are comfortable. Exactly. And even if you go to some wealthy countries of the world, Saudi Arabia, you go to Luxembourg in Europe, there are poor people there as well. Right. So if you are bringing that excuse to me and telling me that, oh, but kidnappings happen in America too, Baba, we know. Okay, even in Luxembourg, kidnappings happen. It might be once every 10 years, it happens. So yeah, I just hope I pass the message across to the people. So realize you're not
for terrorists that kidnap people to collect ransom and happily be spending the ransom. That will never happen. And that is what that's why.
No, that will never happen.
You know what I mean? The African Wahala.
Yes.
Baba, you've always been there.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate you, man. So thank you so much. All right. For contributing.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you too, my brother.
To this platform always. So stay safe, okay? I'm going to take my last call now. I believe this is a call coming from somewhere in Asia, if I am not wrong. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Maiyegun. This is Prince calling from Qatar.
Prince from Qatar. Is that right?
Yes, please.
How are you today,
yes,
Prince? I think you probably are already in the following day. What time is it in Qatar now, sir?
This is 1:51.
Oh dear, 1:51 a.m.
Yeah, that's the midnight. Yes,
it is.
Yes,
I won't keep you up too much longer. So go on, Prince.
Yes, I'm sorry to have been able to get through.
Well,
this is
I'm
actually
happy
the first time caller.
Go on.
Yes. Actually, I made the effort to call you yesterday in your program, but I couldn't. Sorry. Basically, I am calling to remind Nigerians about what the late Mr. Merema, the former CBN governor, said. That these terrorists, their agenda was, when they are done with the people in the rural area, the second phase is to face the people in urban area.
See,
so now,
was that not Obadia?
The bombing, yes.
Go on, sir.
Now, the kidnapping in Abuja yesterday is a typical manifestation of that settlement. Now they are almost done with people in rural area. Now they are coming for people in urban area. And let me remind Nigerians that what is happening in Nigeria is like tsunami. If you think it won't get to you today, with time it will get to you.
It will.
Now, these high and mighty people, the high class who think they are secured in Abuja, Abuja is like the safe haven. It is only with time they will get to know that in Nigeria there's no safe place. And the problem with Nigerians in general is that they forget too soon. Whatever happened, just like what happened yesterday in Ibadan, or today rather.
Yeah, and yesterday.
Within 2 or 3 days. Yes. Within 2 or 3 days now, everybody will forget about it and move on.
That is the one that
before you know it, they will be shouting, how did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here? So, Maiyegun, I want to stop here. But what I want to say in general is that, just like our leader Nangan said, kill Nigeria before it kills you. I don't know why at this point in time, any same person will still be supporting one Nigeria. Since the beginning of Nigeria, things has continued to worsen year after year, regime after regime. I wouldn't know why anybody is still not seeing the hope.
You know what somebody told me, Prince? Somebody said, part of the lies we tell ourselves was that, is that Nigeria used to be fine, to be better. Nigeria was never better. People were just comparing. About in the 70s, Felao, Oliver de Coco, what is that guy? This guy's name, Oris Milikio. Give me some of these guys' name back in the 70s and 80s who were singing about hardship, corruption, insecurity, poverty, as far back as the 70s.
So, Suffering and Smiling by Fela. When was it? Many musicians of old.
That one was
There's
like
one popular
last song in the 80s. Oh, Suffering and Smiling.
Oh, yeah, in the same 80s, there was one popular woman, I think early 90s. He said, Nigeria, God is a mother. It's an Igbo song. It means, will Nigeria ever become better again? That was in the late 80s.
Okosun is dead now. God knows how many albums he released on this better Nigeria, good Nigeria, before he died. He knows see better Nigeria.
Oh, the greater enemies of Nigerians are the religious leaders. They have continued to give people false hope. They have continued to tell people lies. Every year, new year, they will give people prophecy that Nigeria will be great, that this year is your year. Maiyegun, I will stop here. But the thing I want every Nigerian to know is that there is no better days ahead. The more you continue to support Nigeria, it's like tsunami. The survivors of yesterday will be the victim of tomorrow. So if you think because you are better off today, then you are telling people to continue to pray for Nigeria, that Nigeria is our country, that God will bless Nigeria, that Nigeria will be great again. Tomorrow it might be your turn. Thank you, Maiyegun. Continue
God
good
bless
work.
you, Prince. Thank you so much. Okay, you have a wonderful night. All right. I know I've kept you up late already, but again, I appreciate this. Okay, you have a good one, sir. That's a Prince there from Qatar, and he's my last caller tonight. Right. So, and I'm going to leave you all with this. If you hear something or see something, say something, because if you decide to keep your mouth shut, because whatever you say may affect the people that you know who are in government and all of that nonsense that some people use as excuses. When the consequences of this whole conspiracy against Nigerians see, when they bash at your door, you may not live to tell this story. Even though you might tell yourselves now that, what do you want us to then do? No. You know what to do. It is how to do it that scares you. I promise you. Keep holding on. Keep hanging on. Even if you don't want to. You see this Nigeria, it will force all of us to fight. The question is, when? And the answer is soon. Thank you very much for spending your evening with me again, right? And I hope I have been able to kind of present to you, lay it bare to all of you, all I believe you should know. Among other things, you probably have already, you already know. Before we become a victim of the conspiracy of the criminals who are hiding a lot from us, simply because they want you to believe that letting everybody know what is really going on is tantamount to saying that Nigeria should indeed break up. Of course, Nigeria is killing us. The system is murdering us, massacring us. The system has already, the politicians they have already divided us. So what else is really left in Nigeria that is serving the interest of the common man without any bias? Absolute nothing. Except for the criminals, the minute few who are benefiting from the rods. So before you become the next victim, which I don't know what the circumstance is going to be, or what kind of victim are you going to be, just know this. Whether you are ready or not, right? If you live long enough, you are going to join us in fighting this out. Even though if you don't know how, I may not know how too. I just know sooner or later, the actions and inactions of these criminals, they are going to push us over the cliff. And to save or to be saved, you must be ready to lose that life to have it They say to have your life, you must be willing to lose it. Now, that you probably will think it's a choice now. A time is coming, it won't be a choice. It will be the only choice. Fight back or die trying. I'll leave you with that. Think of it. Good night from here. Do not go without dropping that your offering. And then maybe you should set up set your notification to on. You won't want to miss again Maiyegun's next episode. Thank you. Meanwhile, I was supposed to kind of do my fundraiser tonight, but it seems that the time is completely out of us. So if you come across this and still see that link, right? As the Spirit directed, also as the Spirit directs, you can always reach out. So thank you and good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọn ò gbẹ́bẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.